Hello guys, and welcome back to some more World of Tanks. Today I'm bringing you a multiple bunch of replays that I've had in my last play session. This is all from one play session, not the most amazing games or anything, but obviously, like I said, only playing once every 2 weeks, so obviously I'm lacking some replays that I can select from. So here we are in the Weasel Mark 1. In Cold War. Apparently there is a good bunch of updates coming, quite big ones, fairly recently, and yeah, there's a lot of good. Apparently a lot of the changes look pretty damn good, but obviously we'll have to wait and see till they all roll out. They're obviously not going to repeat the same problems they had with the big update of 6.0, which was obviously a major issue. That was they did try to do it all in one big update, and everybody hated it, and it all went down really badly, which is just the way it is. And I think that was the best idea. But they got all these changes they want to do, but they're not going to do it all in one big chunk. Because obviously that's going to be quite harsh on the players. They've got to learn all these new things, stuff like that. And yeah, so updates are changes to equipment and skills, and hopefully there's going to be some changes to the big alpha gun tanks in the game. Like the TDs are quite strong at the moment, and that is one thing I did say, well, I've been banging on for quite a while, is just the amount of big guns in the game, and it's just making it a little bit not exactly the most fun to play the game at the moment, when you're getting YOLO'd by the Ruthless, and then you get your majority of your hit points taken. He gets taken out, so he's had a terrible game, but he's basically ruined your game for no reason, and that's never fun for anybody. Yeah, and just got so many big alpha guns in the game. It's just not what we want to see, really. So hopefully that will change a bit. Hopefully heavies will be a bit more usable, because back in the day I really liked heavies, but obviously as time's gone on they've been a bit more irrelevant. Not that you can't have good games in a heavy, obviously. I still have pretty good games in some heavies when I go out in them, but I just don't think they're really all that great in general, and hopefully these updates will help change that. Yeah, just getting the back of this guy, trying to track him, he gets away with it, unfortunately. See if I can finish him off. Unfortunately not. Go for a reload, probably a bad idea, probably should have just gone straight in. Probably going to die before I get there, but we can only hope. Yeah, so yeah, these updates I'm quite keen on, but we'll obviously have to see. I've only played once since the last update, and yeah, it was alright. Didn't see many changes. Got a new map, and I actually mean a new map, which is great. Although it is a desert one, it's very open. Not so keen on that, but so there's like not many trees to hide behind, less camo. If you're playing Cold War, you can see pretty much across the map from lots of directions. Yeah, don't particularly want to see too many desert maps, to be honest. But just grateful for a new map. Yeah, so I am spending most of my time grinding the Progetto 66 at the moment. It's tier 9, so I think, I'm not sure if this is the top gun, but in my last play session where all these were come from. It is. I just got the Top Gun, and yeah, pretty fun. It's not the most competitive. How he got that must have been firing premium, and how he got that pixel shot is a nightmare. But yeah, we're in a pretty good map for it. It's a brawly map. So yeah, it's not like I said, not the most competitive tank. And it's an auto reloader. They're hard to balance for wargaming, obviously, and they're quite tricky to use. Because obviously you got to make sure that you don't fire too early, else you got a longer reload for 2 shells. That quite often happens, like waiting for the last shell to load in, but press the fire button like a split second too early, and yeah, you get a big old reload because you've fired a little bit too early. So that Conqueror put a shell into me. Obviously wants to take me out, but yeah, he's been tracked. Unfortunately, he was untracked when he got hit then, so we didn't get any damage, extra assist damage or anything on that guy. A bit annoying, but there you go. Yeah, but like I said, it's not the most competitive heavy tank line in the game, but I mean, it's just so much better than the rocket Chinese tanks I was just using. Oh man, those things were terrible. Don't know if I was just super unlucky in those tanks from tier 8 upwards. I'm just not having a good time in it at all. But there you go. You know, I mean, that's the thing, is like I'm trying to get most of the tank lines done, but unfortunately at the moment it's mainly heavy, so I've got to go. So I'm obviously, when I do finish my little bit of grinding that I do per play session, I tend to go for light tanks or TDs, just to mix things up a bit, so I'm not having to, so I can be a bit more aggressive or whatever, rather than having to play more heavy tanks. So you're not going to be seeing too many replays in heavy tanks, apart from obviously the tank line I'm going up, if I get any good games in it, because I'll be, wanting to avoid heavies. I should just poke out and take this charioteer out, I know, but be a bit more aggressive. But I haven't got the most hit points to play with at this point. Trying to find a shot, of course, hit middle on a tier 8 heavy, and it's bouncing here. Tracked him, but unfortunately don't realise I'm actually kind of preventing this guy from falling back. My fault. Done like a fair bit recently, just kind of accidentally getting in people's way because I'm looking down the barrel of my gun. I don't know if that guy's looking at me because he's annoyed, or he's just having a look at my tank. And there we, of course, fluff that shot. Take him out. He's running away, so might as well put another shot into him. Damages fuel tank. So that's 3 tanks we've taken out. At least 2 of those were tier 10. So we're having a decent game. We're not getting too much damage put out, but like I said, it's quite difficult to do that in this thing. You got to really play smartly. And again, you had to use my shell there. Would like to have reloaded the preferred shell, but to take the opportunity to take out a artillery, it's yeah, I'll do that any day of the week. And yeah, expecting my team here to really come and help me out, but apparently put a lovely shot into him. Both of these guys are now going for me. I'm just trying to avoid the shots here. Load in the third shell. He bounces off me. Put another shot into him. I'm not going to be able to take him out with this shot, unfortunately. Put him down to 84, and the team is still not coming to my aid. A little bit annoyed by that, and of course he's loaded premium. He's just going through my, and he's fallen back and let me put another shell into him. So that's another tier 10 taken out. That's 5 kills, and just under 3,000 damage. So, you know, not the best result, but apparently, like I said, this one, auto reloaders do have a high skill barrier to them. Not saying I'm great in this thing or anything. I'm not. I'm just saying new players will find this line very difficult to work out how to use it correctly, and this kind of shows in the result I get at the end. Yeah, okay. Probably the main reason I'll get a fair bit of XP is because I mainly killed tier 10s, so tier higher than me. But we got less than 3,000 damage, and we actually get a first class in this one. I'm going to spoil it. And we do not get any more damage in this game either. We're just going to roll around. I was expecting him to be in this far corner, but he's actually in the other far corner near his base. I mean, I guess you should expect it. I should have expected that, but my team were going that way. I thought if I go that way as well, I'm still probably not going to get any damage on it if he is over there. But yeah, first class with only less than 3,000 damage. But if I was playing the Chinese tier 9 rocket tanks I've just been doing, I would have considered this a pretty amazing game, to be honest, because that tank is really that bad. As you can see, yeah, first on my team. I'd be annoyed if I was that E4 though, for 5,000 damage and 2 kills. But there you go. My next game is Nakatu, the premium tier 6 Japanese TD, which is pretty damn good TD, to be honest. As you can see, it's quite long, sluggish. It's an open top tank, but it's got a great gun on it. Traversable turret, which is always very nice. It's obviously very slow on the turning, but yeah, the gun's just really good, and that's why I like it. And this guy's blocking my view. Great, and he goes and the camo's not bad on it either. I haven't really got it set up to its maximum abilities right now. We're just butchering this guy's turret armor. Like I said, it is very good gun on this thing. Seeing if this guy's willing to just sacrifice him at this point. Unfortunately, just a little bit slow on the shell velocity there. Yeah, flicked onto that guy, but he was again already dead. So the enemy team is losing quite badly. So it's probably going to be a win for us. Yeah, I'm just going for that guy's turret armor as well. Like I said, good penetration even on the AP rounds here. We've only got 3 AP rounds left. We do have a bunch of premium, just mainly because the shell velocity is better. Yeah, like I said, great gun, great penetration, but the normal rounds are a little bit sluggish. Quite honestly, I think a lot of people look at the penetration when it comes to premium rounds and stuff, but I probably prefer the shell velocity. So if it's faster APCR rounds or special AP rounds, then I'd probably look into that more than penetration necessarily. And there's Brumbar, we tracked it in place. Let's see if we can finish it off. Again, we're getting a lot of our kills poached here, which is a bit annoying. Again, got him one more round. Can we actually get another kill? Oh, gun depression. We, of course, don't fully aim and it derps into the ground. And just typical. I think we would have got a lot more XP, maybe even a first class. I don't know what we got in this game, to be fair. It might be a first class, but I think would have got a mastery or a first class. If we got a few more kills, because we got about 2,600 in a tier 6. We came second as well. But yeah, it's a decent game. I enjoyed it. That's all that matters at the end of the day, especially when you've had to play tanks you have not been overly keen on at the moment. We're out in the STB1 Japanese tier 10 medium tank. It's got the siege mode on it. They did buff it fairly recently, because back in the past it gave it the siege mode, and the siege mode would just automatically kick in, and it puts the shots off majorly, and it was I just didn't like using it after that. So they've now just made it so that you have to put in the siege mode before it works, which is great. Honestly, I would just prefer to get rid of the siege mode and just improve overall accuracy and maybe penetration or whatever. But yeah, it's got a siege mode. I don't particularly like siege modes. Apart from the Swedish TDs, I think it's a nice little gimmick for that particular tank line. But for pretty much everything else, no thank you. So we're trying to get into a better position here, trying to spot, really. I'm not trying to do any particular damage. And we did a little bit of spotting assisted there. So we got over 1,000 spotting assist, which is nice. Trying to avoid getting hit by a big gun, but at the same time trying to spot up for my team. As you can see, there's no light tanks in the game, so we're going to be obviously the pseudo light tank in this game to help spot up the enemy team. Our team is already winning, but it's not definite, really. Okay, I say that. I just looked at the hit points, and actually we are dominating this game, which is great. I love the fact they put in the team health bar. It's really helpful. Like I said, I think I said on the last video, or the video before, it really makes a difference, because obviously you can kind of have teammates kind of give up if you're like 3 or 4 tanks behind. They just kind of YOLO, because it's like, well, we're going to lose anyway, might as well just get over and done with and get into the next match. But obviously, if you can see the health, sometimes you can be 3 tanks behind but be like 10 or 20% more health than them, so you can still turn the game around. And as you can see, yeah, bounces the killing shot. I mean, that is always kind of the case, isn't it? But we do bounce around, very unusual, and we do skip that artillery round coming in on us. And yeah, we go unspotted, so we push out a little bit. And yeah, our team is kind of holding back right now. We got the numbers, we should be pushing the enemy, and that's why I'm being a little bit cautious here, because there's 3 TDs and artilleries in the game. I could get finished off pretty damn quickly if I'm not a little bit cautious, but I am trying to push up and spot at the same time. I'm going to try to get up on this hill here. That was just a little flick on. But I am going to try to get up on this hill so I can shoot the tanks over the train line here. As you can see, not quite getting the shots off on this guy because I can only see a couple of pixels of him. We've got that flank over here, so we should be able to get up on the hill here and get shots in. That was a bit of a very unlikely shot to go in. Still trying to spot up. And here we got cover from that line that they're kind of protecting near their flag, but we can get shots in. We're getting the artillery's looking at us. Just trying to get that E4 to look at someone else, and there we go, finished him off. Second kill of the game. He's got just 2,500 assisted, close to 2,000 damage of our own. So pretty damn good game. Quite fun. Like I said, not the most again not the most competitive medium tank in the game. Like I said, the siege mode kind of in general holds it back, but obviously in some situations it's great. And of course, there you go, that siege mode there. I mean, we're super accurate. We should have got that shell in, but it went miles away from where I aimed it. Trying to track it in place, seeing where is it gonna go. He managed to kill a guy off. Trying to track this guy as well, and doesn't happen. Should have just gone for the damaging shot, and there we go, finished him off. So about 5,500 combined there. We got him first on the team. Earned a little bit of silver as well, which ain't bad, but still not quite a first class. I think forgot another kill and maybe 3,000 of our own damage. Probably would have got first class there. But never mind, it is what it is. And yeah, last game and these replays is in the SU 101. Haven't played this for years. And that's another thing they're supposed to be doing with the updates, is making premium tanks more equal to the tech tree tanks, which has been going for like almost since the game started, that the premium tanks have been better than the tanks in the tech tree lines. Because that's the thing, I've got so many premium tanks that it's just like, if I'm going to go out and have fun, I don't go out in the tech tree tanks unless they're the tier 10s. Because why would I bother when I've got an equivalent premium tank that can earn me more silver and be generally better than the tech tree one? But yeah, I decided to actually go out in a tech tree tank for a change. And yeah, it's not particularly amazing tank here or anything. I had to swap the crew out. I've always been pretty bad with my crews. I just started loads of crews to be like individual crews for the tanks, and that's all when I was first playing the game, and that's obviously not how you play World of Tanks, because it takes forever to train a crew. So I swapped the crew that was in this one. I only had 2 crew skills for another Russian TD crew that I had, but it's still not amazing crew, by the way. It's like 3, no, not 3, 5 or 6 crew skills. So it's not the most amazing crew in this thing either. I don't know where that shot went either. We're not having a good game so far. We're absolutely bottom tier, so I was expecting to have a terrible game anyway. And we just our shots keep not really going where I want them to. So just kind of waiting for this SU to keep popping, popping up and trying to get HE shell in. This hasn't got the most ammo either, this particular tank. If it did, I'll probably have a few more HE rounds in it. for hitting lightly armored targets, but also being able to actually do some damage to tier 10s, because obviously we do see tier 10s. And there, yeah, look at that. That was a stupid shot as well. Obviously, HE rounds are super slow. There was no way that was going to hit. So we are winning this game and haven't done a single thing in this game so far. And we're kind of just rushing up right now. Because our whole team's gone pretty much one flank. We kind of got to win this pretty quickly if we want to win the game, as we're going to get surrounded. And this year, Type 5 Heavy's just gone. And I can kind of understand why he's done this, because he's a Type 5 Heavy on TheRohanUK. Oh, I mean, what are you going to do, right? You're going to get spotted from miles away and destroyed before you can even do anything. So, kind of just pushing is a viable option. I mean, yeah, I struggle on TheRohanUK playing a heavy like that. I mean, yeah, you can get the chieftain who's got great gun depression, so trying to feather a shot in between the train lines here. Gonna struggle with, of course, with non-premium rounds. Of course, unfortunately, this one's got heat rounds, and yeah, big old hit. Shame it wasn't the HE round. Our team could definitely lose this, and I'm still expecting us to lose this game. I think I just started moving before I fired and put my shot off a little bit. Do manage to finish him off. Very nice. The enemy team is slightly winning in health. Luckily, there's no artillery in the game, else it probably would have been taken out by now. As you can see, we are a little bit concerned about our ammo count, because we are facing tier 10s, and we've only got 8 rounds of premium left, so we could struggle. Of course, hit his tracks. No one's going to shoot him either. Trying to go to the flat of him. Don't know where that went. Probably bounced, maybe. We're down to 6 rounds, and we've only done 600 damage. It's not looking very good for us at all. Tracked him, of course, gets untracked immediately, so get no assisted. So far, terrible game. But we do manage to turn it around a bit, in a kind of unexpected way as well. So we've turned the tables a little bit, mainly because we got more tanks than them and quite a bit of health. They're just kind of, unfortunately, this is kind of how you can lose a game like this. You've basically got the map control pretty much down, but your team is going in one by one pretty much, and you need to just, yeah, that's how you lose a winning game, basically, is push them to one corner, but then only go in one at a time, or go in very hesitantly, and you're going to get taken out because they got the good defensive positions. We're kind of just waiting for this guy to push out into the open, hoping he's going to do that. Again, like I said, boring game, terrible game so far. But obviously, a tier 8, not much I can do against these tier 10s, quite honestly. As you can see, we're struggling to pen, even with premium rounds, on some of these super heavy tier 10s. This guy looks like he's had enough. He's actually pushing. Again, luckily we had an AP round loaded there. But yeah, the rounds are a bit sluggish on this as well. And obviously that's not helped by the premium being heat, which is even more sluggish. So nothing's really happening. I'm pushing. I'm just pushing at this point. Team looks like it's going to win, and I've got nothing to really show for it, so I'm just going to push up, see if I can do a bit of spotting. I know maybe 2 of the enemy are over there. We've spotted them up, but of course there's no one shooting him. And of course get spotted immediately, duck behind, because unfortunately the enemy TD there, and of course he's now getting hit and we unspotted him. Finally get a bit of assisted there, which is nice. But unfortunately, we did spot that guy up and no one shot him. And then, of course, someone else spotted him and now he's getting farmed. Yeah, just a little. So we're gonna take a big risk in a minute, and we're just gonna push over, and we're gonna get spotted up pretty quick. And we push down as far as we can. Luckily, that guy chose someone else to try to shoot at. So he's going to take a long time to reload. So we're going to just zoom up before our team get in there, and there we go. We actually got a shot in. Now we've had a decent game. We've got 2,000 damage, and yeah, I thought he was AFK, but he's not actually AFK, and he actually bounced off of us, and he looks pretty pissed. So he's just completely aiming for me. And we track him again. He's probably going to pen us, but so what, right? I was thinking about trying to fully aim that, but he took out a crew. Now, chances are we're not going to win. We actually do put the final shot in, so it was very nice. 2 kills, over 4,000 damage. So if you do like this video, give it a like and subscribe, because I'm bringing you more replays in the future. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.